guess this is outside the palace's influence.
The sphere just turned off. That means the echoes are not coming, right?
You sound like naming them explains everything. To me, the logic of it all only makes the whole thing more absurd. Someone intentionally designed it to be this way.
I expected there'd be some obstacles to getting Foster back.
You were prepared for this? In your training, I mean?
Gods no. Gramps did talk of great challenges and equally great rewards, but I doubt he knew this is what it meant.
You admit he was wrong?
Yes and no. I think he managed to find the words, but not their meaning.
That's one way to put it, I guess.
So, any words in your teachings about who built this place?
That's the thing. None of us ever knew this place existed. He always gestured at a walled enclosure in the uppermost garden when he talked about the palace. I think we all imagined splendid halls filled with the chosen ones who mastered a self-control so deep it could overcome even death.
So he lied to you?
He just didn't get into the specifics. If we passed the trials all the way to the upper terrace, we would be granted access to the passage. The ones who entered never returned to tell.
The translation?
I know that now. Back then, we all thought the passage meant the final test. The big one this time. The flesh and the soul shall enter the palace through separate doors. Only the strong of mind and body will again reunite as whole. We'd seen resourcefuls break during training. Minds or bodies hurt beyond repair.
I can see why you would all strive for that.
That wasn't the selling point. The challenge and reward stuff was. Being a resourceful is constant competition, always performing to the best of your ability. But for one to win, others must lose. And losing often meant a life ending.
Competition breeds envy. It must have been dangerous for you if you really were as good as you say.
Excellence was valued by everyone. The more formidable your competition, the more fruitful the exercise. In the end, everybody won.
That's quite the social construct, considering the consequences of losing.
That was Gramps' way. He didn't preach. It was pure reasoning. The program made sure all resourcefuls were logically disposed to follow his line of argument to its conclusion. How can you deny perfection?
How could you?
Spontaneity, chaos, life. That's how you prove yourself. Why spend eternity to make the best possible you? Potential without release.
I suppose there's also one way to look at it. Honestly, this Gramps guy sounds like a complete monster. And what was his plan anyway? Just shoot a spaceship full of cubes to this place and hope it all worked out? Like, what was his plan when everyone was a fucking box?
Back inside, I guess.
Anne, be careful.
You're not beginning to like me, are you?
It's not like I like you or anything, Parker. More bloody chairs. Great. All of mankind's accomplishment reduced to a seating cushion. Great. Thank you. I really like to know that where I place my butt is such a great accomplishment that it just had to be copied over and over again in the Palace of Awesomeness.
What's that strange archway?
It's a suspended Y field. Never seen a vertical one before.
It looks like you're supposed to pass through. What does it do?
Shouldn't do anything. It's self-contained.
Save artist. Sift through a powerful Y field along with create a Maxwell freeze. I'll store map data from the exact moment. The artist will save your progress. Oh. But why? Okay, so if your theory is true, and if what you're telling me is true, then if I wait for the lights to go out and then jump down, then they can't follow me. Because it won't register me when it's dark, right? Like this. Now it's dark, it isn't registering. Let's put this ferry to the test then. Guess it does work. Well then, I better wait for it to get dark again. So they won't learn how to use the elevator. That's probably the best solution. Do as little as possible between blackouts. Otherwise your enemies get stronger. Be prepared for non-action and stop excitement. Yay! Does it mean if I stood still for an entire cycle, then they wouldn't even learn how to walk? Well, it's too late for that. I have to get somewhere, but... I wish that some sort of clock will tell me when the next blackout's gonna happen. Dum-ti-dum-dum-dum-dum-ti-dum. Hello, game. Are you gonna force me to teach them how to use elevators? God, you're such a prick. Okay, that went up to them. I thought it would go down. I guess I was wrong. And now they know how to use elevators. I mean, if the blackouts ever gonna actually happen. At this point, that seems unlikely. Really, no more blackouts there? know, I must admit that actually kind of annoys me. So first it teaches me... First, it just pours a rule on me. Then it teaches me how the rule works. Then it forces me to do things that are contrary to what I should decide to do. By forcing me to teach me how to use the elevator. I must confess, that annoys me.
This is new.
Manifest corruption.
What do you mean when you say manifest corruption?
It triggered an instant blackout.
Probably to correct the anomaly.
It didn't fix it. It just moved.
Okay, so with those, I can force a recycle. So there we had a cycle where I didn't do anything. When holding crystal ball, we're not pushing it, but button it instead. This strike is lethal. Well, here's the problem. What I would normally, of course, will do is wait for the blackout. That will no doubt come in order not to teach the clones anything. But I bet the blackout's not gonna come until I've done something. I gotta teach the clones something. So what's the bloody point? There's no point to this fucking gimmick if I can't actually use it. Using it smarter will require waiting for the blackouts, which seems to happen no matter what normally, except now I have to teach the clones something. Well, then I'll teach them to vault. Well, I wanted to push, but whatever. You know, they're trying to choke you, right? Why don't you pop up your helmet so your head is safe? That would be the smart thing to do.